Alright, okay. You're welcome to my channel. Welcome to K Comica Education. Here we learn a lot. Now today I'm doing this video because my student requested it, and I think of making it kind of a career, or actually a career, yeah, because I love to educate. Today we are going to talk about classification of living things in the subject biology, but we are not going to talk about other classification, like for example the characteristics, the class, the species. No, we're going to be talking about their kingdom. Yes, today's class is classification of living things based on their kingdom. Now join me as we move forward. Now, but before we move forward, I want us to check out something. Now let's go. We have 5 kingdoms of living things. How many? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5. Now those 5 are unique in different ways, which we are going to see together. Now join me, let's continue. Now we have 5, like I said earlier, and the 5 of them are: we have the kingdom Monera, we have kingdom Protista, we have kingdom Fungi. You can call it fungi if you choose, as long as you spell it correctly. We don't have any problem. And we have kingdom Animalia. We also have the last one, which is kingdom Plantae. Now these are the 5 kingdoms of living things that we have. Now let's take a look at the picture in front of us. Now, taking a quick glance, you will understand that these are some examples of living things, either for plants, for fungi, for animal, and of course for the Protista and the Moneras. So if you take a look at it, you will find out that most of the organisms found in the Protistas are majorly protozoans, like amoeba. We have the red algae, the brown algae, the green algae. Then we also have the hatching bacteria, that are organisms found under the kingdom of Monera. Of course, for plants, we have different types of plants based on their Latin name or based on their botanical name. Now we have animals. We have the crustaceans, we have insects, we have vertebrates, we have reptiles. These are under the kingdom of animal. Now join me as we look further into this particular topic. Now let's start with the first one, kingdom Monera. You see, these are organisms, or should I say, these organisms are mostly unicellular. What are unicellular organisms? Unicellular organisms are organisms that have just one cell. Just one what? Cell. I know you know that already, but I'm just elaborating. So they do not have a well-defined nucleus, and also lack cell organelles. Some organisms show the presence of cell wall, while there are others without a cell wall. Now some organisms are autotrophic, while some are heterotrophic. Now an autotrophic organism, majorly most times plants, are organisms or plants that produce their own food through the process of photosynthesis. Now let's continue. Examples of organisms under the Monera kingdoms are bacteria, cyanobacteria, and mycoplasma. These are examples of organisms that are under the kingdom Monera. Let's continue. Kingdom Protista. Now, organism group under kingdom Protista are all unicellular. Are all what? Unicellular. That means organisms that have just one particular cell, and they are that organisms themselves. These are the smallest form of unicellular organism that exhibit either autotrophic or heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Some organisms have appendages such as cilia or cilia or flagella or pseudopodia. Now these organs are organs of movement in microorganisms. Some examples of these microorganisms are the diatoms, the protozoans like amoeba, paramecium, spirogyra, so on and so forth. These organisms are organisms that are recognized under the kingdom of Protista, majorly protozoans. Now let's take a look at kingdom fungi. Heterotrophs, majorly multicellular and eukaryotic organisms, are grouped under this kingdom. Their mode of nutrition is saprophytic, or should I say saprophytic, as they use decaying organic matter as food. What does that mean? This means that all major organisms under the fungi kingdom feed, and their feeding process is a form of decaying. That is, they feed on organic matter through the process of decaying that particular matter. So they feed. So when you have your rice laying one side and you expose it to the air, and you find out after some time you see some kind of worm moving there, these are microorganisms, and they are actually feeding on your leftover food. And when they do that, your food, the process, the food becomes rotten and begins to decay. They have cell wall, which are made up of substance called chitin, not the normal cheat me I cheat you. No, chitin, chitin. I know you know that already. Fungi also form a symbiotic association with some blue-green algae, yeast, mushroom, and so on and so forth. These are examples of fungi organisms that are under the kingdom fungi. Now let's move on. Kingdom Plantae. These are multicellular organisms with a cell wall. Now, we've been hearing cell wall, cell wall, cell wall. What are cell walls? Okay, for those of us that don't know, you see, a cell wall is what protects all other organs in a particular cell, like the contractile vacuole, the mitochondria, the nucleus. But majorly, cell wall are known to plants, while cell membrane are well known to living organisms or other animals that have either they have a unicellular cell or a multicellular cell. Now they are autotrophs and synthesize their own food through the process of photosynthesis. Now kingdom Plantae contains, or should I say includes, all plants, just as we have here. So when you are actually going to put a plant in a particular kingdom, the best kingdom that plant will fit in is kingdom Plantae. Now the last one is kingdom Animalia. Looking at the word Animalia, you should have an idea that we're talking about animals. But we're not only talking about us, we're not talking about mammals, we're not only talking about reptiles, we're not talking about, when we talk of the carnivorous animals, the herbivorous and all of that, the insects, we're talking about all, animals. You see, join me. This kingdom includes organisms that are multicellular. So whenever you're talking about kingdom Animalia, you should have the idea that these are organisms that majorly have a multicellular cell. Without the presence of cell wall, I've explained that earlier, they have a heterotrophic mode of nutrition. They also exhibit great diversity. Some organisms are simple while others have complex body, such as you and I, with specialized tissues, differentiation, and body organs. You're talking about the heart, the lungs, the kidneys, the stomach, the small intestine. For other animals, just like ruminant animals, the rumen, the abomasum, they are 4 compartmentalized stomach. Talk about other ones like the birds, they have the crop, they have the gizzard. You see, all these are organs that come together to create a system. So in the kingdom Animalia, you definitely have different types of organisms that are animals, but have different, and exhibit different great diversity of their own body system. But they all belong to the kingdom Animalia. Now, we've come to the end of today's topic. But before we go, I have this picture here to show you all that we have been learning today. Let's take a look at what this shows. Here we have a plant which is under the kingdom plant here. Here we have a mushroom which is under the kingdom fungi. Here we have a beautiful butterfly which belongs to the kingdom of animalia. We have amoeba. Yes, definitely shapeless. Not really shapeless, but it can shape form under the kingdom Potastia. Then we have an unknown bacteria anyway, but it's under the kingdom Monera. Now, I hope you enjoyed today's class. There are some features and some other, functions, or should I say environmental characteristics of organisms down below in the PDF notes that I have. So you just download it and look it up, and you'll be able to understand some of the features of all this kingdom. Please like and subscribe my page. Sorry, this is subscribe my page. Please like and please subscribe so that you will get notification anytime a new video is released. I remain Kings. Thank you for staying tuned to K Comica. Peace.